Hello and welcome to this video on how to become a mystery shopper. It's mainly for the UK, but that's only because that's the country that I live in and the country that I have been a mystery shopper in. So I was a mystery shopper a few years ago, and I worked as a mystery shopper for various different companies, did quite different shops over a number of years. So I'll share some of those stores with you in this video. But first I'm going to explain what mystery shopping is. I'll explain how much you can make from it, and then I'll share with you some of my experiences and eventually some of the companies you can sign up to get started as a mystery shopper. So what is mystery shopping? Okay, just briefly, a mystery shopper is just someone that is hired by the shop itself and they give you a brief or like a job description on what you need to go in, acting as a shopper. You go into their store and you buy something, so you'll interact with the staff and then you're gonna grade them kind of on a scale, basically what sort of service you receive, because the whole point of this is the company wants to know how their staff are performing and what their store looks like, and a number of different things really, which all gets explained on the brief that you receive before you take the job as a mystery shopper. So, okay, let's see. So, how much can you make as a mystery shopper? In my experience and from other people that I've heard, really, mystery shopping is not going to make you a fortune. It's not going to make you rich. You can't really you certainly can't do it as a full-time job. You'll be pushed to do it as a part-time job, but it's something that essentially will give you a bit of cash when you're out and about, if you're out shopping already. So I wouldn't base your life around this, certainly not as an income source, but it's something to make a bit of extra cash with on the side. And the reason you can't really make like a substantial amount of cash is because each shop does not pay that well. It's not like you can go into a store and just treat yourself to whatever you like and come out and then get reimbursed for it. It's actually much more specific what it is that you have to go into the store to buy, but we'll get on to that later. So how much can you make? Realistically, between £10 and £40, which might sound like a lot, but £40 is more the high end of the scale. Most shops are going to pay you a few pound. Sometimes you don't even get anything; you just get to keep the thing that you've bought. Sometimes it's food, so you get the meal paid for, but you don't actually get paid anything. So, as long as you go into it with that in mind, don't expect to be making anything substantial from this. You might get paid to eat a meal out. I have seen it's not necessarily just in shops or restaurants. I have seen a few holidays in the UK, a caravan site. I've come across one like that before. There was an online loan company that I had to sign up for. Well, these are some of the experiences that I've had, which I'll tell you about. So one was for Pizza Hut. When I went in, had to order certain specific things off a menu. They gave you a choice of pizzas that you could choose from, and I could take one other. So me and a friend went and we ate, and in fact, actually, the amount they paid didn't even cover the bill because we had extras like a drink. So we ended up paying a little bit, but we had a free meal out of it. What was another one? So there was a clothes shop that I had to go in, had to interact with the staff, had to find a couple of different shirts to purchase. The thing is, on that particular one, the brief, the job description, it required me to interact quite a lot with the staff, and it wasn't something that I would naturally do when I'm shopping. So when I'm shopping, I don't know about you, but I'll go to a shop, I'll go find the thing I'm looking for, and then I'll go to checkout and then I'll purchase it. Sometimes if I can't find something, I may ask a member of staff. With this one, I had to actually go find the shirt, and then I had to get the staff member to come with me, kind of like outside the changing rooms, and ask to change a shirt and what she recommended. And to me, it was very obvious that I was a mystery shopper. So that's one of the things you're not supposed to tell the the staff in the store what that you're a mystery shopper, otherwise you won't get paid for the job itself. You will almost always have to pay with your money up front and then get reimbursed with a receipt. So that's another one I did. I've done quite a few actually for McDonald's in drive-through, and that they just pay for your food. But that's really good if you're going to McDonald's anyway. If you're out sort of on your lunch break at work, you can sometimes go into McDonald's. There's some jobs for that. Fast food restaurant like Subway. I never did a Subway one, but the thing is, it's quite involved because you have to do a lot of things. So with McDonald's, for instance, you have to time how long it takes from the minute you get to the drive-through to when you place your order, and then when you actually get your food. You have to remember the names of the staff. It really is quite involved. There's quite a lot to do. It's not just a case of going and buy something. So there was a lot of fast food ones. There was pizza, which I said about. One I ordered a pizza as a takeaway. That was quite good. But you have to do quite a lot in your interaction with the staff. So they expect you to remember the name of the staff member, what they look like, what they're wearing, what they say to you. These sort of things that you just don't usually take any notice of, and you get such a small window to, interact with the staff, because it's really all about interaction with the staff mainly, rather than the items that you're purchasing, and because they want to know what their customer service is like, the people in the head office or wherever the report goes to. And another thing we haven't explained yet is you actually have to fill out a report online after you do the mystery shop, and that can be quite long. So that can be more time consuming than the shop itself. So again, when you work out as a sort of pound per hour, when you have to read the brief in the first place, you have to do the shop, and then you have to upload a report. If you're only getting paid £10 or even £20, it can take you 2-3 hours once you do all that. So like I say, it's more something just on the side. Once you do it enough, something like the drive-through for McDonald's, you can kind of speed things up. But again, if you don't go to McDonald's, it's kind of not worth it. It's more just finding the jobs that you're already doing, really. Another one I did was at IKEA. That was one of the better paid ones, because I had to go to 3 different departments. I remember going to the bed. I had to go and interact with the staff member about what beds they had, what mattresses was on offer. And again, that can be quite difficult, because you have to find certain brands and ask store staff members about the brands. You have to time how long it takes you to find the actual staff member. One I did as well, actually, was sign up for a loan online. So they're not all actually in the physical real world. Some of them were online. I imagine a lot more of them are nowadays, because I did it sort of a few years ago before online shop. Well, I mean, online shopping still existed, but there wasn't as many online to do. But yeah, this one involved taking out a loan, so that actually involved a credit search on my credit profile. So there's lots of very different ones, but again, I think the actual amount of time it takes to write and upload the report is really time consuming. So that's some of the experience I had. I remember there was one as well. I went to cinema, but again, it's not quite as simple as just go in, buy a ticket. You had to go in, you had to buy popcorn, you had to ask. You had to remember, did they upsell you? You had to time how long it took them. It's a lot of, it's quite involved, but I guess the more you do, the more, the better you get at it. So that's just some of the experiences I've had. I'm going to go through now some of the companies you can use to sign up if you are interested in doing it. So they're all on this site here, which I'll put a link in the description. One thing I will say, and this is really important, is there's a lot of sites out there which charge you to join up. No legitimate, certainly not in the UK, but no legitimate companies for mystery shopping will charge you to join. So all of these ones here, there's Market Force. This used to be called Retailize. So I'll go through them. This is the site for Market Force. Like I said, it used to be called Retailize, but none of them charge you. Some of them do a like a written test for you to join, just to check that you can kind of read and write in English. And from what I remember, some of these, the processes of joining these can be quite lengthy as well. I guess they actually ask you to write out fake kind of example reports to check your spelling. They ask you to do kind of watch a video and what you notice to test your observation skills. So this is Market Force, which, like I say, used to be called Retailize. I can't remember which companies were for which shops, but one of them specialized in kind of takeaway food, Pizza Hut, McDonald's, that sort of thing. Oh, it was this one, GBW. This used to be called Gapbuster. So they deal with all these stores. Yeah, KFC, I did a few in KFC. That was similar to McDonald's. What other ones did I do? I don't think I've done a B&Q one. I've done a garage one. I remember doing that. That was just like fill up your car with petrol. But then you had to go in and buy something else, but they didn't pay you for what you bought. Yep, so there's GBW, there's Retail Maxim. This is quite a big one in the UK. Like I say, all these don't charge. Oh, and some of them, I never did this, but some of them do the video shopping where you have to record things like with a secret camera, and audits as well. I've done one or two of them where you have to go in and find certain products in a store, in a supermarket, and take pictures of the display. Yeah, so that was Retail Maxim. There's ESA Retail, if I remember. No, sorry, that was GFK. GFK is just so all these links on that site, they link to the sign up forms or the homepage. Grassroots. This is a slightly smaller one, but there you go. You apply, and this is I never did a hotel one. So I guess the good thing is you can kind of pick and choose. If you sign up to all these, they release jobs, and some of them have job boards, some of them email you, and you can pick and choose what you do at the end of the day. You don't have to do the ones that are low paid, but the higher paid ones are more in demand and there's less of them. So that's it really. That's the companies you can use. I'll put the link in the description. I hope you enjoyed that and got some value from it. If there's any questions you got, just write in the comment box below, and like the video, subscribe to our Facebook page, and thanks for watching another video brought to you by make-cash.biz, a site which brings you lots of ways to make money online and offline.